guys, this is a beachy, breezy, kind of natural, glowy, but yet quite luminous and tropical holiday kind of inspired look. If you're fortunate enough to live by a beach, then it could be an everyday look. The nail polish that I have on is by Revlon. It's this beautiful corally orange and it's called Mad About Mango, and it actually smells like mango when it's dry. These are scented products. And so I love just looking at the colour and then smelling my nails and then looking at it. It just makes me feel like I'm on some kind of tropical holiday. These nail polishes are available at Blush Professional for only $2.99, and they also have like a coconut scented one, and I think papaya, and I've also got a passion fruit one, and they're kind of irresistible. I'm not sure how long the scent lasts because I've just applied it today, but it probably does fade. But it's very pleasant when you first apply it. Foundation I used for this look is MeMeMe's Flawless Cream Foundation, and this has an SPF of 15, which will help you a little bit against the sun's rays. And I used this one today because my skin is not in great condition, and it does give it a very good medium coverage, and it feels wonderfully smooth and balmy on the skin and breathable despite actually giving quite good coverage. I'm going to start with MeMeMe's Bronzing Rocks. You can use these bronzing rocks for on the eyes or to give yourself a bronzed glow on the face. I'm adding this golden colour into the centre of the lid and all over the lid up to the crease. I'm using a Revlon eyeliner pencil in colour Iced Gold. I'm drawing a very thick line, and that's creating a highlight closer to the lash line. And I'm blending that with a finger. And I'm also going to line the lower waterline. I've already filled out my brows using a UNE Brow Pencil, and this colour is B04. It's a dark brown. I basically filled in the centre wherever you can see skin. You just want a solid brow, and that will just help to frame the eye. And now I'll be using some colours from a Lime Crime Chinadoll palette. And I absolutely adore this palette. The packaging always from Lime Crime is gorgeous. You've got the names of the colours in back. And then as you open it, even the little protective plastic has these kind of little filigrees. It's so cute. And I'll swatch these colours for you on the back of my hand at the end. I'm dabbing some of this yellow shimmering gold onto a Blush Professional shader brush. So you just want to use a very small amount, but it will really serve to enliven this golden eye tutorial because it will bring this kind of a yellow tone to it. We want to blend it in so it'll be very subtle. And I'm placing it on the outer and the inner corners of the eye. And whisking the edges away. So it brings some of this yellow gold to line the socket line a bit. And now I'm whisking some of this matte black colour onto a liner brush. Just want to colour almost like in between the lashes. So it is the subtlest kind of a line. Now I'm using a Sfumato eyeshadow, and this is by UNE, and it's colour S01, and it's their very palest, kind of slightly vanilla white colour. Dabbing some of this matte eyeshadow colour onto a fluff brush, and I'm placing this on the brow bone to give us a general even tone and a mild highlight. And now I'm using Bourjois Light eyeshadow, and this shade is 01. This is their golden highlighter, and I'm dabbing some onto the tips of a pencil brush. I'm placing a dot in the inner corner of the eye. And I'm also creating a little bit of a line just below the brow. I'm going to get rid of some of the shine on my face with Bourjois Healthy Balance Unifying Powder. I like the design of this because it's very thin, so it's quite easy to transport in a bag. And it's got a mirror, which is really handy too. And I'm dusting some of this onto a large powder brush, placing a little bit on my nose, middle of the forehead, chin, and a little bit on the cheeks. I'm using a 4-colour liquid metal palette by Illamasqua, and I'm using this golden colour here. It's called Solstice, and I'm using it on a shader brush by Blush Professional. I'm gently lining along my lower lash line. I'm grabbing a bit more of this yellow gold from the Lime Crime palette on a angled brush by Blush Professional. I'm going to place this yellower gold in the outer corner of the eye. Now I'm using Max Factor's False Lash Effect Mascara, and this is a look where you want quite doll-like lashes. So you want to add loads of mascara. I'm also amping up the bottom lashes too. And because this is quite a breezy, beachy kind of look, you can definitely leave it at mascara. I am going to amp it up with a false lash. This is a half lash, and this is the kind of false lash that will look the most natural with this look. Because it's quite wispy, and so it will get hidden with your natural lashes. It starts shorter and it goes longer, and that's actually going to help to lift the eyes and give you a slightly more of a cat eye shape. If it was the same length all along, it would actually start drooping as your eye goes down. But because it's more lengthened at the end, instead of drooping, it will still lift. I'm sticking this false lash in the outer half of my lash. I'm using a UNE Breezy Cheeks color in color B23, and it's this rusty color, and I love this balmy cheek color to use it as a contour. And I'm dusting some of that onto a blush brush, and I'm going into the hollow of the cheek here, and bringing the color down onto the jawline. And I'm also bringing some of this dewy color on the side of the forehead. So we're kind of creating a C shape here on the side of the forehead and going under the cheek, and then another C shape here along the jawline. And then you can blend that in. For the blusher, I'm going to use this matte red from the Chinadoll palette, and this color is actually called Fly Dragonfly. And I'm adding just the tiniest amount. These colors are very pigmented. You can see how much just with one tiny dab comes onto the brush. I'll dust some of that off onto a cotton so it's not too much. And that will give a very natural flushed cheek colour. It might look a bit like a screaming red to add to the cheeks, but when you buff it out and you don't use too much, it does actually create a very natural, healthy looking glow. To highlight the cheekbone, I'm going to use a product from MeMeMe's Little Angels collection. And these are similar to Benefit kind of tints, but they're a lot less expensive. And you get all these 4 products in a kind of a mini size. These 2 are the blushers and these 2 are highlighters. And this one will give you a golden glow, and this one is more silvery pinky. So we're going to go for the gold one. And this one's called Sunbeam. I'm placing a bit of a C shape here, and then blend it away with the fingers, and this will give you a very beautiful shimmering golden dewy highlight. I'm going to line the lips with a color by Prestige, and this color is called Poppy, and it's a very orangey red color. I'm going slightly outside my natural lip line. And I'm filling the lips in with a Rouge Pur by Yves Saint Laurent, and this color is number 21. It's a very well loved and well used orange, kind of almost like an orangey red, but perhaps more on the side of orange. Kind of looks like an instant holiday. As promised, I'll show you some swatches from my Chinadoll palette by Lime Crime. I love how this palette also comes with a Lime Crime sticker with a holographic purple background. And it also comes with a miniature sample of their eyeshadow helper. This is a skin color eyeshadow primer. See, they're embossed with this lovely dragon scales, which is what covers the whole palette. So I'll go through the names of these colors. This one is called Fly Dragonfly. This one is called Parasol. This one Goldfish. This one Jadolade. And this one Lotus Noir. And all of them are matte shades except for this yellow gold color. And here I have them swatched. So you can see how wonderfully pigmented. They are absolutely fabulously pigmented. So you actually need only a small amount of color. These are beautifully bright colors that will make whatever makeup look you do pop. For instance, with this eye look, I use quite neutral golds and then this quite vibrant yellow gold to make it pop. So remember to comment and thumbs up, guys. I try to answer as many comments as possible, and I'll answer some comments that I received from my last video. And this is from Litagaulik, that's the username. Can you do a tutorial using your Russian accent? Your voice is beautiful with your natural accent, but I watch your videos with the Russian and I miss it. Kisses! Well, the Russian accent was actually something that I put on. I come from a family where a lot of my family members actually have accents, and I've always loved imitating accents, and I didn't really think doing tutorials in a Russian accent was actually such a big deal. But obviously I've lived in a lot of countries and I'm used to people speaking in accents, and I didn't realise that most people aren't. So the Russian accent was not actually my natural accent. And this one is. I've got another question from DanuCC93, who says, I love you, Aria. I watch every single one of your videos. I don't recall if you've already done a video on this, but I'd love to know what your makeup all-time favourites essentials are. If enough of you are interested, I'd be more than happy to show you all my favourites and essentials.